been less prepared and hasn't been sitting on her phone.
Oh. I like that that's what we started the broadcast on was...
Sorry.
How's your hotel room, Morgan?
It's nice and cool. It's across the street from where I'm working.
Oh, that's great.
Convenient.
Now, what time do you have to be, again, at the thing you're working at?
Oh, 11.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nope.
Nice.
That's why I got this right here, guys. I don't have a thing to pop. I don't have a thing to...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, mine's already open.
Also, not to mention, did you know that you can't like buy beer in a liquor store in New York? I didn't know that was a thing.
That's just a thing in New York. You can't hear.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Oh God, Craig, no.
Oh no, Craig's getting murdered.
He's opened the portal to hell again. Yes, for those of you who don't know, I was a horrible enabler and allowed Craig to buy stupid color change light bulbs.
Hey, we all did this. I've done that.
Yeah.
Craig now gets to have the fun that I had.
It's very fun.
That's a very like blacklight looking one, Craig. It's a little.
I mean, the purple one is straight up like.
Yeah.
I need a fog machine in here.
We do. I will say we do have one in our bathroom because like the normal bathroom light that turns on the fan and it's really loud, so we just got a touch light. And apparently there's a setting for like disco, so it turns into like a bunch of different changing colors.
Yeah, my bathroom is actually the only room that I don't ever intend to do this with, just because I want to switch with the fan and everything. Like, I want to be able to have the proper ventilation turned on whenever there's light. As fun as it would be to say, Alexa, turn the lights in the bathroom off when somebody is using it, I don't want to do that.
It's not as good as Alexa, Google child pornography or whatever it was that Emily shouted at her machine.
Or the ever so popular Jordan Jesse Go. Alexa, play Huey Lewis in the News, sports.
Oh yes.
We have an Alexa, but Dom changed the name to have it respond to computer. So
that's the coolest one, because that's the cooler one. It's the best one. It's the only one you can pick. Alexa's wrong. Computer all the way.
Hold on a second. Let me
Alexa.
All you need to do now is say, "Computer, red alert," and it does it.
It does.
Alexa, play a YouTube video. Homer Simpson nerd.wav.
Alexa, send.
Oh shit! She's trying to play something.
I was going to say, is Alexa currently trying to do that?
Alexa, send Craig idgaf.jpg.
Oh, good.
So,
none of that worked.
Okay, well, hey everybody, welcome to this week's Band of Blunderers.
That was all recorded.
I'm really glad I hit broadcast a while ago.
Well, let me change my lights back to
reasonable things.
Yeah, exactly. Water. Yeah, just grabbing a water. Be right back.
Okay.
Can I use this whenever I'm like below a certain amount of health or something?
I mean, if you can make them
can
flash,
I just, like,
sure.
Can I just do like?
I'll write an app to do it.
Just ask Alexa to make the lights flash.
Just do like danger code or something.
Actually,
like,
no.
all right.
Ask Alexa to make the lights flash. I wonder what happens.
Alexa, can you make the lights flash? That's a big NO there, buddy.
Oh.
Did she think about it?
You don't ask her, Craig.
She blinked for a bit, and then it just made a little doo-doo sound.
Oh. Okay. So,
no.
Last time around, you guys kind of took stock of the situation after the invasion of the Feywild. Sai, you were given a new-ish mission by your patron.
I mean...
Ish. And the rest of you kind of reconvened, gathered the dead, and took the situation. Titania requested that you, Trevathan, look for a way to undo your connection to your current patron, whatever consequences that may be, and to hopefully sever your connection. After coming through a couple of different ideas of what that might be, you all decided to start at the Grey Shroud Monastery in the mountains to the northwest of the continent, back in the Prime Plane. Nyx failed a gate scroll check.
You're welcome.
And so you all decided to just simply use the transport via plants and appear at a large evergreen at the base of the mountains. When you arrived, you noticed that everything was cold, snow-fallen, with at least a couple inches of snow on the ground. There were small flickering lights on the mountain itself, ranging from a deep crimson to a light orange. And there was a elven woman reading a scroll by a fire, with her hair pulled back, large glasses, still very pale and bundled up against the weather, as Petunia looked at all of you stepping out of a tree and said, "What? How did you all get here?" And that's where we left off. So,
magic! Wait.
Is that canon?
Hold on a second.
Christ.
Magic!
I think the fact that you had to pause to do that is probably the worst part.
Pretty good.
Guys, I just want to point out that Marleman has broken the fourth wall and taught Craig prestidigitation.
Oh, yeah. This is the Taz finale shit.
Yeah. It's Craig himself. So, Petunia kind of sits stock still for a second, not really sure if she's just seeing things or actually watched all of you walk out of a tree. And doesn't really know what to do.
I say, you should see my other shrub.
Oh my god.
Get it?
Smooth motherfucker.
It's a tree.
Can
Listen,
At which point she kind of lightly nods and goes, "Okay, so it is definitely the real you, because even I couldn't come up with something that dumb."
Can I have a...
Sure.
So, for myself and the viewing audience, would you please describe Petunia?
Sure.
We've never
Oh,
encountered
right.
her.
Yeah, Jason hasn't
Yeah.
done it before.
Well, we both never encountered her recorded either.
Yeah.
Petunia is a tall, very slender, very wiry elven woman with long auburn hair, currently pulled back into a very loose ponytail. Very large glasses as well. Has a bit of Professor Trelawney in the face in that way. And is exceptionally pale. More than just the regular elf is fair. She is pale.
Like, doesn't leave the library pale?
Like, has never left a cave up until
yeah.
recently.
Grew up in a mountain.
It was when the party first met her, the head alchemist at a Ruby Rose inside Jerselheim. She was convinced by the party to stop just living underground. There were cool things. One of the first questions she ever asked Marleman was, "What does a tree look like?"
retcon. That's what I say. That's what a tree looks like.
And as such, she hasn't seen any of you for at least a year and a half, if not a little bit longer now. As you know, Marleman points at a tree and says, "This is what it looks like." She still nods and says, "Yep, that's really you. Even I couldn't come up with something that dumb." She sort of looks at all of you and goes, "Okay, so I know you all use dumb, weird magic, but please tell me you're not tracking me and that this is just a very happy circumstance."
Wow, she really does know you guys.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Much like everything else we do. Mostly an accident.
No, we were intending to go to the monastery.
That's up
Speaking
there.
of that, yeah.
Oh, right.
I
Isn't it on fire?
was gonna say we see visible signs of like smoke and something, right?
Just small fires right now. No, like, large, building on fire sort of thing.
Is something going on at the monastery?
She does not seem to even register you, Phaedra, and is just staring stock still at Marleman.
Oh, cool. Yes.
I want to lean over to him and dude, she's staring at you.
And I look back and I go, dude. Well, I don't look back. I lean over and I say, dude, I'm still staring at her.
You see her
Fair.
remove a very thin wand from her pocket.
What?
That's
Oh,
loud.
is she happy to see us?
And point it at you, Marleman.
Whoa.
I take
Whoa.
a step away.
Whoa, hold on.
I thought we were cool, Petunia. I thought we were cool.
I mean, if he's done
I
something,
may be dumb and stupid
no,
and silly
please.
and wacky, but please, all of my intentions are good. What
I
is the
like
problem?
her already.
Make a dex saving throw.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
Christ.
Admittedly,
running my dice. Hold on.
we do need Marleman every once in a while. Please don't murder him.
What am I doing? A deck save? You said.
You're doing a deck save.
Easy on the lasers.
I got a. Hold on. I got a 15.
All right, that's enough. You see light kind of spark at the end of the wand, and you quickly throw yourself to the snow as 2 bolts of a magic missile just sort of strike right behind where you were standing. At which point she just kind of goes, I think this is the only way I know how to greet you guys at this point.
Yep, she definitely knows you guys.
Okay.
I'm really thrown off. I did not expect to see people. I haven't seen people in a while. How are all of you? It's been a bit. I last talked to you guys, and you had messaged me, which was still weird. It's nice seeing you all. I'm going to sit down.
And on the shoulder, calming emotions.
Yep, and she sits on a log.
Okay.
It's been a time.
Yes. Yes. We are very happy to see you.
It's very nice to see you guys, too.
Okay. All right.
Marleman, are you just staying in the snow?
I have transitioned from like diving into the snow to one of those like sideways poses.
Oh
like,
my god! Oh my god! Why?
Like, hey, please don't shoot me again.
Last time I talked to you, you told me you loved me, and that was weird.
That's fair, admittedly.
Dude.
It's fair. I've been through a lot recently. I apologize.
It's been like 2 years.
Understandably, that's why I'm apologizing now.
His friends died.
Also, I had a friend die.
We're not leaving.
You actually.
Albeit she's here now. But
I mean, I think
Nick
he
is
meant
literally like
someone
dying
else,
of
but-
secondhand embarrassment right now over this entire situation.
Trev doesn't know how that works, so he's
Anyway, okay. There's a lot that we have to like have a discussion about.
Yes, there is.
And as much as I am very happy to see you, I kind of want to make sure stuff's not going bad up there right now. Because
I just got here. When I
that's
was
fine. That's fine.
tag along with us.
All right.
I was coming up from a harbor town down in the southwest called Tempe.
I hate you.
They seemed
Oh no.
very nice.
Are those lizard people? Are those like lizard people?
Are there
There's
dolphins
just a bunch of crazy people there.
Are they gators?
or dolphins?
I mean, I talked to someone who had a snake head. They seemed weird.
Oh.
So there's no real gator fans down there, huh?
I didn't ask. What's a gator?
Okay, I'm gonna send a message because this seems to be taking a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to send a message to Quentin to see if everything is okay. Like we're just to make sure things are not like
Okay.
we have to run up the mountain immediately, you know?
Okay. You get a pretty quick message back that is just, seems fine up here. Have you all returned? I expected you to return at the monastery.
I'm not going to send another message. We're just going to
Okay.
Okay, we're not in an immediate emergency, so that's good. Huzzah. I'd like to imagine that I'm just sort of like mid-conversation with him, just kind of step away for a minute as I'm like psychically talking to everybody.
She looks at you. Petunia kind of looks at you, Aramil. It says, so is someone going to explain to me how you all just walked out of a tree?
Magic.
Magic.
I can do.
Yeah, I wasn't really joking.
I'm a friend of the trees. They let me pass.
That's really cool. Can I be a friend of trees?
Yeah, come here. Let's go touch one.
Oh no.
That's super
kind of-
creepy. Oh my god.
Took him like
kind of
400
hesitantly-
years to get to this.
She kind of hesitantly stands up from the log she's sitting on and sort of walks over to the nearest tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too, and just tell her like, just be nice and be friendly, and give him a good, give him some good vibes.
Okay.
It's cool, Petunia.
Don't mind him.
She sort of puts her hand on the trunk of the tree, and you hear her whisper really quietly, "Hello, Mr. Tree."
All right. So while she's doing that, I want to like pass. I want to try to make it so that we can just pass through that tree to one 5 feet away or something. Just to freak her out.
Technically, you can only use pass-through plants once per day.
Oh, okay, never
But
mind.
for this circumstance of silliness, I'm going to say you all left the Feywild at 11:59, and it is now 12:01. So,
I mean,
Sweetheart,
it's a
Barry Wilson.
high tree.
Yeah, it's a really close tree.
yeah. So with her hand on the tree and just sort of like looking at it, kind of like what, she suddenly and falls through the tree and comes tumbling out of the evergreen you all walked out of, which means behind all of you, at which point she goes, "I just went through a tree."
See, they like you.
It got really weird. It got really, really weird. Okay.
And you almost shot me because I was picking on you.
The wand comes back out and points at you again, Marleman, and goes, "Don't test me yet, Marleman!" Kind of puts
Okay.
it away.
Anyway, so yeah, were you?
Muddleman's hands are still up.
Yep, that's fine. Were you planning to head up to the monastery, or did you just happen to be passing through?
I just happened to be passing through. I was told that there was a place with a lot of knowledge and some really cool plants, so I wanted to go see them.
That would
That
be
would
here.
be up there. Yeah, that's up there.
Okay, then yes, I guess I was going to the monastery.
Cool.
Okay.
I guess. This is Heather asking because I have forgotten. When we bounced in, the forest looked different. It looked weird. I forget what the description of it was.
It's cold, and it's a lot of the trees have lost a lot of their foliage, which is both bizarre and not bizarre. This is an area of the continent that does get cold. And it does, this sort of wintry weather is expected. It's just a little bit early in the season cycle for it to be this intense.
Okay.
You also saw a number of footprints when you first arrived, a combination of what seemed like regular humanoid footprints that led towards the mountain, as well as larger ape-like footprints.
I want to follow those.
What? Maybe we should get our bearings here first.
Okay. I can send a message to him, I suppose.
What other bearings are left to get? We're
Yeah.
here. We got to go up now.
Yeah, I guess it's.
So the footprints are heading towards the monastery.
I mean, they're heading up the mountain.
Okay.
We should follow the footprints. I have a good hunch about those footprints.
Hey,
fine.
this is the guy who helped us the last time, most likely.
I mean,
That's why I was suggesting we go up there.
we
The
have
way you said it, you sounded very sarcastic. I couldn't actually tell if you were being serious or not.
Sarcastic?
Can we ever?
Me? No. Why would I ever be sarcastic?
I believe last time we spoke, that was your only method of communication.
Sarcasm? No.
You learn to ignore him.
I see nothing has changed in 2 years.
Pretty much. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Well,
Somebody vouch for me.
A lot actually has.
Calm
Like,
down, buddy.
If I recall, I did tell her, I did send a message to her
For me.
a little while back, somewhat explaining why we had disappeared.
Yes.
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
It also ended with Marleman saying, "I love you." And
he remembers.
yes. And you all have not gotten your bearings on how much time dilation may have passed between your last trip to the Feywild and now.
I feel like
Petunia,
I
what's
would
the date?
ask that question.
Petunia, what's the date?
She gives you a date that is like basically end of November, beginning of December. So about a month maybe since you were last on the continent.
Okay. So real quickly, time in there, and I point to the tree, is different than time in here.
So are you saying that when I walked through the tree, fell through the tree, time changed?
No.
In a minute, no.
Because
Not
there's
through the
another,
tree, but in the area that we've been. It's another plane, right? Am I right? It's another plane.
Yes.
There's
It's another plane
Where we
of existence,
transported
and
from.
where we transported from. Time runs differently there than here. So last time I was on this plane, or we were on this plane, it was approximately a month ago.
Okay.
So we were really only gone for how long, guys?
Like a day and a half, 2 days.
No, he means the like.
No.
since the
How
last
long
time I
have-
saw her.
No. I meant the last time we. How long were we in the the wild, whatever?
Maybe a couple of days.
Okay,
Yeah,
we were in there
about a
for
day
a
and a
couple of
half.
days, and now it's a month later here. Just so you know, we didn't run off. We disappeared because time runs differently.
Well, before that, we were also in a very
For
different
me, this has all been
place.
very condensed, and not that condensed, but condensed.
She kind of puts a hand up and goes, "Okay, I'm gonna go with you on faith on this one. Not gonna think about it too much because it's hurting my head, and it seems like it's hurting yours too.
I don't
going
really
to-
understand 100% of it. I just understand enough of it.
I'm going to sit down next to my fire. I'm going to close my book and put it in my bag and figure it out from there."
Go up the mountain with us?
Yeah, if you want. We'll be good
It's
company.
at least safe passage. I mean,
Sure. You know what? Yes, why not? I will
we
go
are
up the
extra.
mountain.
I don't know if you know this, but we're extra planar explorers. I just want you to know that you're going to be safe. It's fine. Also, you probably can take care of yourself any better than the rest of us.
Sure.
What I'm going with here is that she's got like more skill and tact than the rest of us idiots.
Sure.
Yes.
Half of us idiots. More than half of us idiots.
She just sort of nods.
Arguably the number of people minus myself. And maybe Aramel.
One of
This
those
is
people
going
could turn into a
well.
bear, thank you.
One of
Yeah,
those.
and I don't know if you know this, but my ass glue for a long time, okay?
Yeah,
Glue.
fair. That's fair.
Whoa.
Glowed?
That's
Whoa.
I have to
Has
check.
alone.
It
has
has glowed.
glown.
I mean, she just sort of nods and goes, "Well, yes, the ass glowing is not that bizarre. Since the last time I saw you, you were blue, and I had to unblue you."
Yeah.
His ass blue, his ass glue. It's ridiculous.
I think I might have started keeping a list of all the weird things that have happened with Marleman's Wild
No,
Magic.
no. I have it here in terms in text that is all in caps and is explained as I am not blank anymore. So I've got not blue anymore, not undead anymore. Saying Marleman
happened.
doesn't make me kick anymore. My butt doesn't glow anymore. That dragon's castle isn't fortified anymore. Can no longer grant a wish. So I have been keeping a pretty good track of this.
Yeah.
And yes, I made that. I phrased that exactly the way I wanted it to, Emily. There is not one. There is more than one clueless person currently in this conversation. And she sort of nods and goes, "Okay, yeah, safe passage, knowledge works for me. I'm gonna put my book in my bag, and then I'll be ready to go."
Good to go.
Okay.
Okay. She sort of walks back to her fire and kind of bundles up some of her stuff in a small satchel.
I think Marleman leans over to Nyx and is like, "Am I doing this right? I don't want to fuck this up."
I mean, you are doing your best, you, my friend.
That's the way to put that. I love it.
That's an answer.
She sort of walks back over and goes, I think I'm ready to go, but I have a quick question first.
Yo.
Okay.
I've seen," she sort of lifts up her foot. She's very flexible, so she's able to like get her foot up to basically her waist. She goes, "I've seen footprints that look like this before, but not footprints that look like that." She points to the really big gorilla-like ones. Goes, "Should I be concerned about that?"
Oh, no. That's just the Guardian of the Forest. He's a cool guy. Don't worry.
You guys know a lot of weird people.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can't
We are
guarantee
a lot
that
of
that's who it is, but I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
Well, can I inspect them and make an educated guess?
Roll a nature check.
So an educated guess as to whose footprints are these. Which one of us is Colonel Mustard?
Hilarious. 18.
You can make an educated guess that's a big-ass monkey, and the last time you were here, you saw a big-ass monkey. So putting 1 to 2 is not particularly difficult in this circumstance.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to insist that it's probably the Guardian.
Okay, Guardian of the Forest. Sounds good. Sounds like a Guardian, which is good, right?
Yes.
Yes.
He looks like kind of like a giant gorilla.
What's a gorilla?
Do you know what an ape is?
You ever seen a monkey?
Like in a book?
Yeah, you never read a book with a monkey? I cast
make-
prestidigitation and I make a big monkey appear.
Okay. You make a very large spectral monkey appear.
And let me actually rephrase this. I'm gonna make it look just like the gorilla. I'm instead of just going for an abstract monkey, I'm going for what this thing is.
Oh, hey, that guy.
I think this is the first time this has happened in a while.
Oh no.
I rolled double ones on
What?
Marleman's prestidigitation.
Oh, no.
Fuck.
Make a wild magic surge, sir.
No.
Like there was any other time this would happen.
All right. Who's ready to take my numbers here?
I gotcha.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
3,
Okay.
9.
Hang on. We get to 3 first.
Yeah, he's got to scroll. Just get the 4 if it's 3-9.
3, 9.
3, 9, 8,
Okay.
2.
What was that last number?
3, 9, 8, 2.
All right.
No.
All right.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Bummer? No.
I'm going to have to remember that one for the future.
Yeah, write that down.
Yep.
Yeah. For the record, that one's probably not going to happen anytime soon.
You never know.
Oh no. What happened?
Considering
Nope.
the conversation
That's-
that you and I
we're
have
not-
had about Marleman in general, that may not be super far off.
Oh great, what? This'll be fun.
We're not going to talk about it anymore.
Nope. And honestly, Heather, we probably never will.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to write this down. Stick this in my notebook for things that I will need to remember. AKA, I can't believe that just happened.
I gotta make sure that this is the right thing. I'm just gonna send it to you, Gary.
I mean, yes.
It probably is, right? Here.
I mean, hang on. Send me what you're thinking.
Oh, son of a bitch! The text didn't pull from it. I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna double check with Morgan that he is looking at the right one. Yep, that's the one.
Cool.
So that'll
Fucking
be,
dope. As long.
interesting. Okay, we'll see how that resolves itself. Maybe in the future. You don't know, sir. You
Hey.
don't know, sir.
What do you mean you don't know, sir?
Nothing
You-
happens.
You don't know, sir.
But okay. All right.
Or you
I
just have
actually always wondered if he knew that something happened. Like, can he feel a wild
yes.
magic surge even if it doesn't, like...
Oh yes, certainly.
Absolutely.
You
Oh,
all
yeah,
see
totally.
him. You all see him glow with a blue light that then
It's the
fades
only-
away.
It's the only justification for me going onto that book and looking at what happens.
Yep.
It's like something happens. I don't know what.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
you all see him glow blue and then just sort of stop.
Those of you
Look
playing
back
at
and
home, the
forth,
lottery numbers for tonight are 3982.
Please don't look that up. I would love it if no one does.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I never do.
I would rather that have happen. Just sort of. Anyway, Petunia sort of looks at you and goes, "Did you just glow blue again?"
No, it's different. It's different. Something definitely happened, but it wasn't. Do I look blue? I'm not blue.
It's kind of dark. I can't tell.
I'm not blue.
Anyway, kind of looks like a bigger version of that.
Okay, big thing. Got it.
Big hairy
Oh, I guess.
knuckle walking thing.
Oh wait,
you at-
I have a sketchbook, and I just definitely sketched pictures of him.
You did.
I take that out and I show her.
Okay. She looks at it and goes, "Oh,
You know?
okay.
Heather-
I've seen pictures of things like that in books."
Yeah, what the?
There you go.
Oh wait, hold on. No, this is an out of game
Uh-huh.
question. Is that under the assumption that Morgan, or rather Marleman, cannot create a realistic enough gorilla with prestidigitation?
No, you totally can. Petunia has this thing where if something's in a book, she will recognize it very easily. If it's out of a book, her spatial comprehension, poor.
I want to try something.
Uh-huh.
I cast prestidigitation, and I
Oh
make it look like I make a book appear,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a book with pictures of gorillas on it.
Okay, she goes,
so like this one?
yes, yes, I know. And she kind of points at Phaedra's book and goes, yes, I know what those look like now.
We'll try this theory later. And I close the book, and it fades to puffs.
Okay, it just poof.
Okay.
So, mountain?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
And you all begin to walk up the mountain. It is late. It was early when you guys left the Feywild, but it is late now.
How far of the mountain to the thing are we?
It's a couple hours walk up to the monastery.
Okay.
If not a good 10 to 12 hours of just consistent walking. And it's probably around 1 in the morning. After walking...
Nothing?
We
I was going to say, can we instead follow the big footprints?
I mean, yes, like I assume
that's
as
pretty
such.
much what we're doing.
Yeah. There is only one main path up the mountain, which these footprints seem to be following, at least for now.
Mm-hmm.
After walking for about an hour and a half, as you kind of round one of the bends, as you begin to get out of the foothills and into the mountain proper itself, you see 2 of those smaller fires, a distance but not too far a distance away, maybe 200 yards. There are a number of shadowy individuals sitting around them, a few more just sort of scattered about in what look like small bedrolls with really crappy lean-tos put up overhead. And what looks like maybe 2 or 3 individuals who are awake and conversing in a low tone around the fire.
So how far away were we when we would have seen them?
They were like there was a bend almost, so you came around that bend and then were able to spot them further up the path.
Okay. So we could potentially all hide.
Yes.
Let's do that.
I don't think that's super necessary.
And I look to see if they look just like I'm just kind of trying to glance if I recognize anyone.
I mean, it is. Who would you be attempting to see?
If any of them are wearing like the monk outfits.
It is dark, and they are definitely wearing robes, like the monks would as well. And they seem to be of a dark shade, either a gray or a black. But you can't see any identifying symbol on them that may say monk or some other cult-wearing individuals.
Okay.
Now, if we weren't bringing Petunia with us, Marleman absolutely would yell aloud, "Hail and well met!" But he's trying to be a little...
I mean,
little not egregious in that sense.
I mean, a lot of people visit the monastery. It's not surprising if there's a lot of people.
How far along are we? Like, are we at the monastery now?
No, not even remotely close.
Oh, these are not monastery people.
I'm just saying they might be travelers on their way to the monastery.
Yeah, I'm skeptical as well.
All right, we can try a couple of things.
Yeah. How many of them?
Who thinks it's a good idea that we lure one of them out here with the sound of an animal?
I feel like you're overthinking it just a little, but...
Wait, well, no, and then, well, what do you want to do? I figured that way we could talk to them. We could pull one of them aside.
That's not creepy or shady in the slightest.
How many of them?
Okay, well, then fine.
It looks like there are 3 that are awake
walks
around.
out and says, "Hail and well met."
It looks like there are 3 of them awake around a fire, and a few more just sort of what look to be asleep under shitty lean-tos in some bedrolls. Marleman, as you round the corner, again, you're about 200 yards away, so still a pretty good distance.
Okay,
and
you a little closer if you want.
Yeah, let's inch closer instead.
Yeah.
Okay, how close are you going?
I was under the assumption that we were about 50 yards from them.
Sorry, yeah, I thought we were closer.
So I don't know. Whatever. I mean, if you guys want to say hello, let's say hello. But if you don't want to say hello and want to say hi to say one of them, maybe to find out if something's going on with them or to find out who they are instead of causing a ruckus,
Well, we're not saying we're going to attack them out of hand. We just want to get a better look at them.
All right, so let's get closer.
We're not. We're not just going to knife them in their sleep, man.
Well, that wasn't what I was getting at either. That's
Oh,
not
well,
what I was
I'm
getting
not
at.
gonna lie. I thought that's what Cy meant, but yeah.
I mean, it's fair. It wasn't, but I see how you got there.
When we get closer,
No, I can see how you got there. That's not what I was going.
Caramel, what's up?
when we get closer, can we see any identifying marks or?
You have the sharpest eyes in the group, so you make a perception check.
Yeah.
Also, have we had a long rest?
Yes.
Really?
Really?
Before we left, right?
Yeah.
Before we popped over, yeah.
I rolled a nat 20, so.
Oh,
God damn.
Fuck.
Nice.
Give us a detailed account of what you see, I guess.
What else want to see?
You blink, and your eyes actually blink with you for a second, as they go from being just regular elven eyes to like almost cat's eyes with a vertical pupil. As you look into the distance and see the three individuals at the fire in the jumping flames and whatnot, you can tell that, again, these are robed and hooded individuals. Two of them with what look like scabbards strapped to their sides. The third one with no real weaponry apparent. They are talking in very, very low tone. You can tell from here that they are speaking common, but you can't pick out any of the words. And you are able to tell that they are not wearing any identifying marks at all. Perhaps not out of purpose, but they are definitely not wearing anything that would identify them to any specific group whatsoever. The robes they are wearing seem like shitty burlap that is dyed a specific color, in this case, mostly a dark black. And perhaps a slate gray for people whose colors did not take quite as well. And the belts around their waists are primarily rope, with one of the people who are sitting around the fire with an actual leather belt that seems worn and cracked. You get all of this detail because you rolled a natural 20. But that's all you're able to pick up, even with that.
It.
I'm not too worried about these guys. They just seem like, I don't know, they're not like well armed. They're not like bearing the mark of some army or anything, you know.
These
Probably folks coming to the monastery or
We can be more stealthy if we're starting to get suspicious, but I think
also try to infiltrate with this guy's self.
or he could turn into like
I don't feel like there's any need. Like if these guys,
You also have a rogue who can just stealth.
yeah,
I know.
we could probably just like go up to these guys. Even
That's
if
what I think.
I think a couple of us should.
we
And
could take
Aramel,
it.
I'm with you on this one, Aramel. Let's move in.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
I'm gonna go in. And
you
say
go
hello.
with them. I'll hold back with the others, and just in case.
Whoever's
should I? I might be scary.
No, you probably shouldn't. I think Aramel and I and maybe Nick.
Sai, maybe you're scary, but you don't look as scary as I
That's
do.
true. I don't come off that way. I am charming.
I'll
Yeah.
hang out. I'll
Believe it or
hang
not.
I'll hang
I'll
out.
chill here. You go do that.
I'll hang
Okay.
out with you, Trev. I'm pretty loud,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, I'll go with you guys.
Alright.
Petunia also puts a hand up and goes, I'm going to stay here.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
Sounds-
a solid move. Yeah.
All right, so who's walking forward?
guys might.
Oh.
All right, raise your hand for walking forward. Nix, what are you doing?
No, it's not Nick. That's Aramel.
No, I know. I'm asking Nix what she's doing.
I feel like you're friendly.
Like, I know I'm
I
friendly.
feel like Nick should come with us because she's very smart and can.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
also not intimidating because of her size. No offense.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
that's
so
Also, she
Before-
can kill the
Listen,
shit
I've
out of them
slit a lot
if
of
she
throats,
needs to.
so-
I never said you
It's
couldn't
just
kill
stab.
anyone.
3
I
times.
did you were.
So,
I just imagine in like the dark, like snow blanketed quiet of this mountain, Nix looking at Marleman and just going, I've killed a lot of people, motherfucker.
She's almost killed the party members by accident. What if
And
she
I can-
actually
That's fair,
tried?
yeah.
And I can kill you too. And I might almost have tried.
Guys.
I'm actually fairly confident she could kill you faster than you could kill her.
Can I
Well,
like?
absolutely.
Can I just like put the sword like between the two of them and be like, guys?
That's fine.
That was me doing her in person. That was me doing.
I knew that.
So the four of you head off across the snow. Nix, you are naturally light enough to walk across the top of the snow and not fall in and make a loud ruckus.
I have pulled an instrument from my necklace here to just play. I'm just playing. I'm just trying to be friendly looking.
Okay. As you guys get about 25 yards away, that's when like the sound really kicks into the three people at the fire. They were not good guards in any sense of the word. They rolled, I shit you not, a 2, a 4, and a 7 on their perception checks. So they were doing great.
Impressive.
Or just really tired soldiers.
As they would sort of look towards all of you as they're watching and sort of jump to their feet. They kind of slide forward. At this point, you notice that they also don't seem to be falling into the snow too much. They almost seem to glide across the tops of the sand, or across the tops of the snow, almost with a nice sound of something dragging behind. They get within about maybe 15 yards of all of you before you hear one of them say, "Hello, travelers. What brings you onto the mountain this late into the evening?"
Greetings.
Right.
But I didn't say
Shit.
We're just making our way up the mountain, sir.
Making your way downtown, eh? Walking fast.
Why?
Why?
I can't even continue this anymore, Gary. I think at this point, Marleman is dead. You've killed Marleman. He's done. He's killed.
Okay. So, greetings. We're just making our way to the monastery. We saw
I
your
would not have
fire.
said to the monastery. That's
You
why I
know
said up the
much
mountain.
about the Grey Shroud Monastery.
No, that's why we're coming to investigate.
We're just travelers.
Travelers, wonderful. Well, come, sit by our fire.
Why don't
We
you tell
have-
me about you? No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. Nope. I know you were doing a creepy thing, but I just want to ask you a quick question. Are you cool or are you not?
Make a persuasion check.
Like why?
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Like why?
Oh, fuck. Because I rolled a nat 20 the first roll. Yo, okay, this computer just rolled 2 nat 20s.
Hacks.
That puts me at 28 bull.
He's got hacks on.
He sort of looks at you and goes, "Oh yes, we are very cool.
Yeah,
We
but I
are
mean, you're not
simple-
gonna eat us or anything, right?
We are simple pilgrims, also on our way to the monastery.
Oh, excellent. What's your name, sir?
My name is Slate."
my God.
I was waiting for like a I don't know.
A what?
Bar, like what?
I was waiting for like a very like Robin Hoodie-esque like pious name, like
No.
Slate.
The compatriots with me are Stone
Oh no.
and Shale.
So, rock friends, we got some other homies too. Can they come?
Oh, wonderful. Invite all of your friends to our fire.
Nothing about like subtlety and like keeping things close to the vest. Like
I don't
it's
care.
just,
We'll just kill these
here's
guys.
where we're going. Here's the number of people.
But I didn't even.
Nice to meet you.
I mean, like, we're
Nix is at rogue
you
like
of the
level
monastery,
14.
Oh,
Everybody else is at rogue level -30.
Like, Nix is just standing there with her hands in the air going,
For the record, I don't think Marleman did anything wrong
Wait.
here. Like,
Also, can't you see the monastery from where we are?
like
No,
side.
it's-
like
Oh,
it is
I thought it was
still-
like at the top of a mountain, kind of prominent.
it is. But you can't
There's
see it. It's kind of
low cloud cover.
Oh,
like I purposely
See, I
before
thought
we
it was
had that
obvious.
conversation. Sai was like, "We're going up the mountain," not like we're going to the one location up there. Like we're going up there. You never
I mean,
know.
there's
I
a
don't
mountain
know.
trail that leads to other places up the mountain. You probably have to pass the monastery to get to Drusselheim, etc.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see, you're catching on. See, and then Sai's like, "We're going to the monastery."
Then it would make more sense to give the
Feed you my
closest
baby.
destination instead of the furthest.
If you're all done bickering amongst yourselves,
Never. Never.
Yeah. You got a lifetime.
Did Aramil give us like a wave over? Like,
I believe so. I believe he did, in fact, turn and just be like, "Hey, guys."
all right, I'll trunch on over since I'm.
Whatever. Let's just kill these guys if they fuck with us.
That's a very non-Aramil sentence.
That's fair.
I don't like them though. They're being creepy.
That's why I was worried, dog.
All right, so I'm gonna head over.
Okay, you. Trevor, you going as well?
I guess so.
Can you ask why
Okay.
you're hanging out here on the path up a mountain, wicked late at night?
Thank you. That was a question I was asking.
We are simple pilgrims, also on our own pilgrimage.
Oh yeah.
What are you pilgrims of?
No,
We are.
no judgment zone.
We are
That's not some judgment.
pious folk,
No, that's not what I said.
believers in Bahamut.
Oh,
Are they telling the truth?
Did I hear that part? Did I hear that part?
Wait. Are they telling the
say
truth?
that again. I'm sorry.
Bahamuts.
Oh,
Is that snake god?
No.
Did I hear that part?
No, Bahamut is the platinum dragon.
He's a good guy. I just don't believe him.
Yeah, can I like?
Trev, you heard them. Sai, roll an insight check since you were closest.
Absolutely.
I was
You're
gonna
still
ask that.
you're still far away.
Still walking over.
Yep, you're kind of like crunching your way through.
crunch, 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 crunch.
You're crunching your way down.
Bahamut. I barely knew.
Oh god damn it! God, why?
That wasn't Marlevin. That was just a really bad Morgan joke.
Yeah, well.
For
Kind
shame.
Kind of one and the same there.
No, that's a 5.
There is no difference.
You say it's a 5,
It's a
Sai?
5.
20.
You believe everything they are saying. They are being the most honest and truthful folk. A little creepy, but fully honest with you.
So when he, for the same
So-
reason, when he says Bahamut, I'm very also kind of quizzitive on this. I kind of don't believe him either.
I mean, okay.
Great, I rolled a 12, so fuck me,
You
right?
also
Okay.
believe, like, you're still a little wary, but it's like, okay, yeah.
Well, that's a
Pilgrims-
15 technically, but yeah. Okay.
Pilgrims of Bahamut are weird. Like, they can be weird folk. Like this, sure, why not?
This tracks, yeah.
You're willing to go along with it.
Brief OC. City of Glass? Question mark.
Involved with Bahamut, yes.
Yes. Okay. Follow up or now actual backing character because I assume if I heard that and I'm now walking up. Bahamut, huh? Where'd you come from? If
We
you don't mind me
come
asking.
from Hole.
Sorry, what?
Like, did you dig one?
No, we are all from a small village called Hole.
Where is
Can I-
Hole?
It's a
I-
hole in the wall. Get it?
Where?
I
Can
like it.
Can I like?
It's in the human empire of Break.
Oh, okay. I know where that is.
I'm gonna look to Nyx real quick.
Mhm.
Be like, oh hey, you dropped this, and like kind of like bend down to.
You were doing the Wayne's World. Oops, I dropped my pen.
No, I want to whisper to her.
She's very far away from you.
Clank, 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 clank.
I thought by
Holy
this point we
shit.
would have gotten there already.
No.
Oh my god, that's one of the
Standing
funniest
next
things.
to her. She's still very far away from you.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be more subtle to like gesture me to like climb you than for you to bend all the way down.
I can communicate telekinetically with anyone.
I do it at the drop of a hat.
Let me think of an elaborate scheme, my friend, in this conversation. Anyway, I would like.
Yep. No. So you're
While
leaning
this-
down.
While this
in
whole thing
tiny
is
gnome.
happening,
What are you whispering at? What are you whispering at Nyx as you bend almost 3/4 of your height down towards the snow?
I was going to ask her if she can look under their hoods. I didn't know if their hoods were all their hoods pulled down. Can she see what they look like?
Nix, you're the only one with an angle to be able to see under the peak of their hoods. Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, really? We have been talking to them. Us people up there have been talking to them and don't know what they look like yet.
They have kept their hoods down.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
There's some dark ass hoods if even dark vision can't see in them.
That's a decent.
I mean, it's dark anyway, and they're just pulled low. So there are like shadows here.
17.
17. Okay. You can kind of see it through the edges of their hoods. They are certainly humanoid, at least. You could see eyes, a nose, mouth. The skin seems oddly textured. Just like the way the shadows are kind of playing off the face don't seem particularly smooth. They could either be, a bad case of like chicken pox or something has left the skin kind of pockmarked. Or there may be something else going on. But that's really all you can gain from just sort of your low angle of approach.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how to subtly convey this information.
Can I ask them a question just to keep a conversation
Sure, of course.
going while they're doing this shit? Of course. I would like to say, hey, so Bahamut followers, have you ever found your way to the City of Glass? I've always wanted to, see it, but I've never met any Bahamut, worshippers, followers that might, know the way.
Unfortunately, we have never been to the lost City of Glass, as it is very lost to generations and generations.
Yeah, but if you're
Although,
you might as well find it someday.
well, our pilgrimage is to discover truth and knowledge, and perhaps a path to Bahamut.
Of course.
Craig's NPC or Gary's NPC is like, dog, this isn't Mecca.
Not that far off.
Although we have no final destination, the lost City of Glass is always a dream.
I mean, of course. Wouldn't we all want to find our way to a place like that?
Certainly.
So while this creepy conversation is happening, Nyx kind of leans towards Phaedra a little and they whispers, I guess.
Can I lean down to pick her up?
Sure.
Snake people?
Hmm.
They their faces are a little funky, but humanoid, and I heard dragging on the ground when they moved. Like a tail.
Ah, they're dragging-born.
And that's going to do it this week, guys. We will be back.
God. Oh.
Christ almighty.
Oh my god.
Oh god. I can't even handle this.
That's that good shit, also known as terrible.
Okay.
No, that's that good shit.
Can I cast Arcane Eye?
Sure. Roll a sleight of hand check to see if you can do that without getting spotted. As it is not invisible in any sense.
Yes, it is. Arcane Eye is only visible by me.
Is it?
Yeah, but you're casting the spell.
No, the casting itself is not invisible, but I'm saying the actual eye.
Okay. I thought it just
sleight of
used your
hand.
stealth roll.
So the sleight of hand would be.
Yeah, you create an invisible magical eye. Yep, okay.
Yeah.
You're good. But the cast itself, you still need to do.
That's why I'm saying, the eye itself is going to be invisible.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand is +2, so 17.
Okay. Sure. You are able to blend it in with attempting to bring Nyx up. As you're lifting Nyx, you just sort of cast it underneath to create the eye.
Okay. I'm going to have it go behind him to look at their other party members to see if they are doing anything sneaky.
I'm
trying to see if they're getting their weapons out over
us or anything.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't, but there are quite a few now missing bedrolls.
Missing bedrolls?
People that were
empty
there are no longer.
Okay.
So you mean missing?
Okay. Now I'm going to send a message to Trev. Some of the people at their camp are now gone. Nick said they look like lizards.
All right.
So,
is there anything that I would have like gleaned from that I could tell her that would be useful?
I mean, they're cagey. They're cagey about the Lost City class.
Yeah, nothing much is really occurring to me that makes sense here.
Yeah, no, not really. They seem interested in it, but in no like bizarre sort of way.
Yeah, they don't have any answers that I want.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna like send it and like kind of keep an eye and see if I can spot where they went.
how many of us noticed that they just fucking left?
So the path to the camp was pretty well obscured. The only reason that Fader noticed it all is because she literally flew an eye behind them to look.
That's fair.
And using your eye, you're able to see marks in the snow, like something walked off, possibly this sort of direction.
All right.
But that's about it.
All right, I'm gonna like.
There are still 3 individuals looking asleep in their bedrolls in the camp. There are the 3 you are talking to, and what looks to be between 2 and 4 that have now gone missing.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of have it like circle us just in case, like me while all these conversations are happening, just to keep an eye out.
Sure, it is doing so. As Slate kind of looks at all of you and goes, "Now it is quite cold over there. Why don't you all join us by the fire for some refreshments?"
Oh, we wouldn't want to intrude, sir.
Oh,
Are you serving Kool-Aid? Because I'm not drinking it.
We have more than enough of our own provisions, but thank you.
Wonderful. Well, you are free to at the very least partake in our fire. A few of our members are sleeping for the evening, so we request you do not disturb them. But
well, I think we're all right for now, but
I think I'm more curious about why you're speaking this way.
how do you mean?
I don't know. You just don't take this the wrong way. You just seem like a little sneaky.
Apologies, I suppose. I've
Marlon,
only the way I was raised.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I just I worry about my people.
I appreciate your concern.
I appreciate you're not killing me over my poor discussion abilities.
Good lord.
All right, so we walk past them.
I purposely tried to think of what words would not work in that sentence.
Are they obstructing the path?
Oh, certainly. They have camped themselves right in between where you need to go and where you came from.
That's uncomfortable.
Are we looking to pass through? This is me out of character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're right where we need to go.
Okay, so let's go through them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's not bother our time. Are we going to stop before we get there? Do we have to stop before we get there? Do we need that?
We were fresh when we came through, so technically we don't like.
Yeah, no. Like we can keep on walking for now.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's. All right. Well, either way, sir, I apologize, and we must be on our way. We're on a very tight schedule. I wish you luck and good farewell in your quest, your pilgrimage, etc. I'm gonna let my friends talk for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you're gonna let your friends talk for you.
See, nah.
All right. I'll just say to the guy, look, we're going to continue on our journey. If you wouldn't mind stepping aside so we can pass through, we'll be out of your hair.
Not at all.
Out of your way.
Yeah.
Out of your scales.
He sort of gives a small hand symbol at the 2 individuals flanking him, who sort of step out of the way of the path.
What do his fingers look like?
Nice.
Humanoid, especially you, Mr. Human, who doesn't have dark vision.
Got you there.
How come I'm the one that asked the question when he makes a hand gesture?
Follow-up question.
It's just like a small little like.
Oh, okay.
Other question.
Yep.
Can I cast Detect Magic, please?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm just doing it because I can.
Their camp leaks with magic.
All right.
What
I'm gonna do with that information?
Every single one of them is radiating a certain level of magic.
Okay.
I realize I don't know what I want to do with that information at all.
Okay. But they have stepped aside to let you through.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
It is wonderful to meet more individuals on the path of righteousness, and we hope to see you at your final destination.
I'm sure. Okay. Let's go.
I am not taking my eyes off of them, or
Yeah,
well,
of course not,
the magical one anyway.
Okay. I mean, yeah. The magical eye.
I definitely want to lean into Phaedra and be like, you can kind of keep an eye on them, can't you?
Currently am.
All right. Let's keep a watchful eye on them.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys walk up the path. Petunia kind of scurries into the center of the group and kind of grabs you by the back of the robes, Marleman, and goes, I don't like any of this. Can we just keep moving, please?
Yeah, we're leaving. Don't worry, we're leaving.
Okay.
I don't like this either, and I don't think half of our friends like this either. We should go.
I agree.
Get in the middle of the pack. Get in the middle of the pack. And I push her into the middle of our group.
Yeah, she's sort of like, that's...
She's worried. She wants to go. Getting her in the middle of the group. So
Yeah.
So
you
when
all-
we're,
I
when
take
we're
a step
little bit
closer.
farther away from them, I would like to say, by the way...
well, you have to walk up to them first, then walk through the camp.
Oh, I thought we were already doing that.
Well, yes, that's what is currently happening.
Okay.
we're doing that.
As you walk up to the camp and into the small, like, circular clearing they've created in the rocks, you can see now, Phaedra, because you are paying attention to this, that the footsteps you saw that had sort of disappeared from the bedrolls seem to go through a gap in some of the rocks and then vanish into darkness behind that. You can't see if there's another path or anything like that, just sort of seem to go that direction. The three individuals you walk past, Slate, Stone, and Shale, all keep to the shadows as well. They don't seem to step into the light at all as you sort of walk through. They just sort of stand with their backs relatively to the fire and watch you go.
I'll take rear guard and just like kind of walk like sideways backwards, keeping my eye on them the whole time.
Okay.
Whoever's at the front of the group, of our group, I'm gonna be like, there might be someone around the path. Be careful.
I'm chilling with Sai.
Okay, so Marleman also in the back.
Yes.
Trevor, you up front?
Yeah.
All right, I tell him this. I see footsteps going that way.
That's to the left as you walk through.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And as you guys pass through, you see a pair of very bright kind of rolling fires. You see the three individuals who still seem to be asleep. Their backs are to the fire, just sort of looking out, or not really looking, just their faces kind of facing the stone in the darkness. And as you go,
their faces? The asleep guys?
their backs are to the fire, so their faces are just facing away from you. And they still have their hoods pulled up.
Oh, okay.
Seem to have like kind of nestled into them a bit against the cold. The two people at the front, Trev and Phaedra, I need you both to make wisdom saving throws. Which, Trev, you have advantage on.
Oh, I'm pretty good at those.
Same with me, actually.
Why do you have them?
Because I'm a cleric.
Clerics just have advantage on wisdom saves?
Why did
No,
I give you advantage?
No, it doesn't give me advantage. I just do pretty good with them.
Oh, I was about to say.
Well, then,
Jesus.
that is not the same thing.
Yeah,
I get a +8 though.
That's fine. It's not advantage. Do not confuse me like that.
Sorry.
I get a 23.
I got a 24.
23, 24. You both, as you kind of pass the rock, feel this mild tingle in the back of your ears that then immediately fades. The two people behind you would be Petunia and Armel, I believe. Yeah. So you both need to not make a wisdom save.
All right, hang on. They can be doing this, but I am saying something.
Okay.
Because there's no way I didn't feel that happening.
Oh yeah, no, like you got like
of
this
all
weird,
the beings on this fucking plane, I would be one of the people most likely to recognize what that is. That kind of shit happens to me a lot.
Yep.
Oh my god,
So Petunia's fine.
I got a 27.
It's fine because this couldn't affect you anyway. Both you, Petunia, and Trevor are all immune to it. As you guys also feel that weird tickle.
Oh, it's that. We're not immune to that, I don't believe.
Are you sure?
Oh, maybe we are. Oh yeah, we are. Look at that. Huh.
Let's put it this way. It's not charm.
Sleep. Yeah, it's sleep. Sleep is something we are immune to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey,
okay.
Mr. Slate.
What's the deal with the? I've been around long enough to know what a sleep spell is. What are you doing first? And second, why are you bothering to use it on me?
Slate sort of kind of looks around and goes, I genuinely do not know what you're talking about.
Zone of truth.
Somebody here does.
Are you zone of truthing? Actually.
Is it planted where I am, or can I change the location of it?
It is planted at your feet.
Nope.
Oh,
it's a point of your choosing.
Okay, then never mind. I thought I could change the.
I believe it is a point of your choosing. We can look this up, but I believe it is a point of your choosing.
Put it on
point of your choice within range.
On that motherfucker.
Range is 60 feet. It's a 15-foot radius sphere, so you all would still be caught in it.
Oh, good.
That's fine.
So I need all of you to make a charisma saving throw.
I'm just gonna fail.
Yeah, I'm gonna fail as well.
All right.
What is my charisma?
Choose fail. Slate.
Charisma's a +4, which means I rolled a 21.
Nice. You succeed. You can lie if you want to.
I'm the best. No one is as good as me.
I rolled a 3.
The joke here is that it's all lies.
I rolled a natural 19.
Nice. So you succeed. Slate succeeds as well, unless your spell save DC is over an 18.
No, it is not.
Okay.
No, it's not
his
18.
two compatriots also rolled an 18.
God damn it!
You can tell when people fail, which is why I'm telling you.
Okay.
The three sleeping individuals do not succeed.
Huh.
So they are burdened with truth, and so is Petunia.
Oh, god damn it. Okay. Wonderful.
But let me make sure of this. Hang on. Give me one quick second.
Wait.
I want to make sure that you do know if someone is unaffected.
You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw.
That's what I thought. So yes, you do know that they all succeeded.
Damn it.
Except for Nyx and Petunia, who would never tell a lie anyway.
Yeah. Trev, what'd you get in the Zone of Truth?
What do I have to save with?
Charisma.
Fuck. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Well, by pretty good, I mean really good. 19.
Yeah, you're fine.
That's not a modifier I have.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're fine. Damn it.
As Slate sort of looks over at all of you and goes, I genuinely do not know what you're talking about.
Not sure I wouldn't believe him, but...
I mean, I know what happened.
No, I fully understand that you were just stricken almost by a sleep spell. As for where it came from, I could not tell you.
do we see empty bedrolls like in his camp?
How well do you
Alright,
know your
where are your
How well do
people?
you know your fellow travelers?
I unfortunately do not know them well. We collect pilgrims as we go.
Well,
Do you have any idea where those ones went? And gesture over to the bedrolls that are empty.
To take a piss? I'm not
That's-
entirely sure.
Nope.
You know how long ago they left?
I unfortunately don't know that either.
I send the arcane eye as far following their path as I can. Do I see anything?
You see footsteps that you see a path that leads down. You see footsteps in the snow that lead down and then arc away, but that's about it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, with the 30-foot distance, that's about as far as you can see.
Okay. It looks like they went down.
All right.
We were traveling through here. We all became tired and then rested. We haven't continued past this circle yet this evening.
It's just a weird coincidence that we all of a sudden are hit with a sleep spell right as we try to pass through your camp.
I agree. It is a very odd circumstance.
How many are in your camp?
Currently 10.
So
Show me all of your members.
I wish I could. However, 4 of them seem to be missing.
Well, show me the 4 that are, or the rest of them, or the 6 or whatever that are not.
wake them up.
Yeah.
Oh, I specifically requested that we do not wake up my compatriots.
We need to get through, and if we walk through that zone, we're all going to pass the fuck out.
Can I just clap my hands and use thaumaturgy to make a loud noise to hopefully wake them up?
Sure.
Can I just cast Dispel Magic and call it a day?
Sure. What are you casting it on?
Let me see. I don't know if I can solve this all at once.
No, you got to figure out what the problem is. And
I
then
mean,
just
if I
play it.
know what spell it is, so I can choose any creature, object, or magical effect within range. And if I know what the hell it is, then I should theoretically be able to do that.
Certainly.
Just so I don't want to look it up in the book.
No.
What level is sleep?
Let me check. The double check for you.
Because if it's level 3 or lower, it just works.
I believe it's a level 2 spell, so... it's a level 1 spell. So.
All right. Well, then, I can knock it off.
Okay. So you cast sleep at the area where, or you cast spell magic at the area you walked.
I can choose any magical effect within range.
Okay.
So I can dispel the spell entirely.
Yeah.
Especially because I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, so you're able to locate it. There's a glyph written onto the back of one of the stones that you're able to just sort of poof away. That dispels the zone of sleep spell.
All right. Was the stone like particularly near one of the bedrolls or anything like that?
No, it was just sort of up the path a bit.
All right. Where we came from, or we're going to?
Where you're going to.
All right. So I'm gonna call Slate. Was it over there, and just be like, "Hey, do you remember anybody particularly spending some time at this rock? Like, admiring it, taking a suspiciously long poop behind it, anything like that?"
I don't recall.
All right. Can I use... I mean, this is going to be weird. Maybe it's probably unlikely, but can I use survival to see if there are any, specific tracks from or to this area?
Sure. Roll a survival check. Are you actually doing that thaumaturgy clap?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's happening also.
A loud thunder crack suddenly rips through the camp. You see up higher on the mountain, some snow actually get jostled and begin to kind of lightly flake down a bit. We will see the consequences of that in the future.
Oh,
and the 3 individuals who were sleeping, 2 of them suddenly wake with starts and look over towards you. You see now that the hoods that they are wearing, the very shadowed and heavy hoods, seem to almost be attached in certain spots of their head. As even when they shoot up and look over at you, they don't even seem to move. The third one just sort of yawns really big, kind of takes a moment, sort of leans itself up, cracks its back, and kind of looks over at all of you.
That's our sleeper.
literally.
What'd you get in your survival?
19.
yes, there are small scuff marks that could either be light footprints or some sort of track that lead from the wall, and then a pair that go up into the mountains and a pair that continues back down towards the camp. At which point they are lost in the number of stamped footprints around the fires.
All right, so well, I guess that whoever you were or was responsible for this may have been trying to separate from you guys and keep you asleep. Maybe, I'm not sure, but it looks like there's somebody who was working on it went that way. Maybe.
Well, that is quite concerning, at least.
They're trying to get a head start.
That is very, very, very concerning. I appreciate your help in this matter, then.
I haven't done too much yet.
The three that have woken up?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see anyone, and I point to where the effect was, near this at all today?
There is a blank sort of silence that comes from all three of them.
Okay. I'm genuinely confused.
Ask him who cast the sleep spell.
I thought we asked them already. They don't.
Well, those three were asleep.
Yeah, I tried that. They didn't know.
Did any of you?
Slate sort of looks at you, Fader, and goes, "You're wasting your time. Their pilgrimage requires them to eat their own tongues. They cannot speak even if they wanted to."
That doesn't sound like Bahamut.
Yeah.
Can I? Would that be a thing Bahamut does? Can I
make a religion check?
Yeah.
You're not a follower, so you don't have firsthand knowledge.
No, but I figure I might have run into some of them.
It's a pretty common religion.
Yeah, it's a relatively well-known one. Religion +2. 16.
Followers of Bahamut are very extremist. They tend to those of them that are true pilgrims that declare themselves to the lifestyle of pursuing truth and justice by seeking redemption from Bahamut. Are known to be very radical and to do some really weird and crazy shit. Although you're not familiar with anyone taking a full vow of silence in the purpose of Bahamut, it's not that out of the question.
Okay.
Again, it would be new for you, but with what you know, it's not too far afield.
Yeah. Okay.
Slate sort of looks at you again and goes, "Well, if you would not mind, I would like you all to continue on your way up the mountain, and we will return to our own rest."
If we were to run into your other party members, can you give us a description? So that we know that they belong to your party?
They are dressed similarly to ourselves.
And if they were to remove the outfit as if to hide or blend in, what would they look like?
They would look like us, humans from the Empire of Break.
Are they armed?
Some may be. I know at least one of them carries a warhammer.
All right.
So, can I just give this guy and his cronies a once-over and, what's the quality of their equipment?
It's shit. It's really shit.
It's garbage.
They're, as I mentioned before, they're almost burlap that has just been dyed dark colors. A lot of their belts are simple ropes. Slate is wearing a very cracked and very old leather belt. Apologies. Yes. And then Stone and Shale, the two individuals who came with him, both have short swords that seem rather crappy, strapped to their sides.
Cool.
Crappy swords.
Not very sharp, very dull blades.
All right.
Well, no way to move it forward.
Yeah, we're not going to sleep now, huh?
Let's hope not.
I wasn't going to sleep here.
No, I mean, we're not
We
going
can
to
make our own camp later.
Spell is what I meant.
No, it's not there anymore.
Perfect. Let's move.
Let's keep an eye out for more of them along the way, though.
Absolutely. Stay in formation.
I'm gonna keep the arcane eye out for them.
Let's hear.
Thank you. You all make your way out of the camp. Slate sort of nods at all of you as you go, whispers some sort of prayer as well as you exit, as you all continue up the mountain. You spend the next 2 hours or so walking relatively peacefully in the silence. You see more of the small campfire fires down below you as you go, seem to be dotting the face of the mountain. You can't really get a good sense of the people around them, just sort of there. But as you go, you begin to hear something. Over the first, maybe 5 or so minutes of hearing it, it almost seems like a low rumble of thunder in a very far distance. That over time continues in its low monotone before escalating and escalating. Within maybe 3 or 4 minutes after first hearing it, the sound is almost like a low drone, this galloping roll coming from above you.
Can I look at the source, see if I spot anything?
There's a bit of a shelf into the cliff, into the face of the mountain right now, so you can't really see up what might be causing it. But you do now see, beads of snow beginning to drift down from the top of this shelf. Just light drifts.
I mean, I don't know if Mix would know this, but I'm pretty sure we're being punished for your loud clap with an avalanche.
Sounds about right.
I guess, sorry. I didn't think it'd be loud enough to summon an avalanche.
It's really easy for it to be loud enough to summon an avalanche.
Yep.
Okay, not from a cold area, so...
Also, she wouldn't know that, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, doing things that are cataclysmic and really awful just because you didn't know makes it totally okay. I agree. But hopefully everything will be fine.
As you guys are discussing this, you begin to hear that rolling get louder and louder and louder as this, what you can only assume to be a gigantic mountain of snow is beginning to descend upon your position. What do you do? And I'm going to tell you right now, I am starting a timer on my phone. You have 5 minutes to get yourselves out of this very dumb situation. Good luck, players.
No, damn it, we did your tree thing.
Can you make a air elemental barrier again?
Can we just dim door to somewhere safe until the avalanche?
So
I can.
Hard to say where that will be.
Door can only be 4 people.
Also 300 feet.
500, but
500, yeah. But
I
don't know.
I can try to use fire to block it if it comes to us, but that's not going to help us too much.
Not going to help.
No.
All right, Marlon, what do you got?
I don't have much, guys.
What way is this coming from?
I have dimension door. I can dim door with one other person.
Yeah.
Who else can dim door with one other person?
We can beat that.
I can dim door.
All right, so that's 2. Can we get a third?
I can dim door.
So that's 3. We can clean up the whole group. There's only 6 of us, right? 7
Where,
of us.
though?
Petunia.
Fuck.
There's that. A, there's that, and B.
Petunia, do you have any idea what we could do?
Petunia, how much? Okay, Petunia, calm down. How much magic do you, or do you have the ability to make? I don't know, some kind of barrier. Like you lived in a mountain. Can you manipulate stone? Can we make some kind of dam that we might be able to let the snow settle against?
I'd have to think.
Wait,
Do your
Airmo,
best.
can you do that? You can manipulate the elements and stuff, right?
I don't.
Yeah.
Right, what? Yeah.
I don't think Marleman has Wall of Stone anymore.
No, I do not.
I don't think I do either.
You can
If
turn
something's
into an
gonna be a
idol.
problem, I'm gonna blink and get the fuck out of here. I will dim door with Petunia and fuck all of you. I don't.
2 minutes gone.
The only thing I can do is dim door.
Okay, so we can make an earth elemental barrier.
Can you make an earth elemental to like huddle over us and cover us, maybe?
I think you're underestimating an avalanche.
Yes.
It would take that thing out in a heartbeat. It uproots trees all the way down the mountain.
It depends on how much. It depends on how severe it is. I don't know if I can tell.
The other option is to move.
Hang on, I'm explaining, so I get to pause the timer.
Also, how much minutes?
Any amount of time I am explaining? 5.
Okay.
You've already spent 2 minutes 15 seconds.
All right, I can dim door.
Hang on.
Okay.
No planning right now.
Okay.
Right now, what is in front of you is a long path that then ends in a curve that seems to head up towards the mountain. There is a shelf above you that you can hear the snow beginning to rumble down, and you're getting small little jets of snow that seem to be pushing off, kind of the lighter snow that is just sort of sliding ahead of the larger amount. But you can't see the amount that is coming at you. That is all you can see or know at the moment. Any other questions I need to answer right now?
I mean, it would just be visual. How big is the shelf?
The shelf above you is about 10 feet.
10 feet.
And then, 10 feet up.
If we're in like a narrow pathway. Yeah, I was going to say, if you say we're in like a pathway, is it like going up like this? And is that why we can only see through like a crack or some shit? Or like, what are we doing here?
So there's a wall next to you, essentially, that goes up 10 feet and ends in a tiny overhang.
All right.
Then you're on a path below that is about 10 feet wide.
And the mountain continues down. So say the wall
continues up.
No, he's on the other side.
On the other side. So the wall is on our right side.
Left side.
All right, so the wall is on our left side. What happens on the right side?
Open air and gravity.
So it's just like a sheer ass drop?
Yep.
All right, we should huddle ourselves against the inside of this wall.
Yeah.
Is there a way we can dig deeper into the wall? Would we know if earth elementals could like open up pathways and walls?
Armil would know that.
Armil, can they do that? I would know that. I use earth elementals.
They do not.
And then there we go. Okay, never mind.
They can glide through her. How big is the portable hole?
Yes.
3 foot deep, and dimensions are enough for you to step through.
Yo, you should probably put that sucker down. And you should put that down. And does it have a timer on how many?
That's dangerous. I would say even if we could put it into the wall and create an alcove that we can go in, and then maybe we can use earth elementals to try and expand the shelf to give the snow something to slough off over us.
Yeah.
Doesn't any of us have a pocket dimension?
I mean, I'm holding one. That's what this thing is.
All right, I will.
Time.
Fuck it. Some earth elemental.
I'm gonna open the
Okay, that takes a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the portable hole against the wall in order to try and just open up a cylinder, like more alcove in that we might be able to use.
Okay, the portable hole is 3 foot deep, 3 foot across, so those are basically the dimensions of it. So.
I thought you said it was enough for us to walk through. I'd have to crawl through that like a GI Joe.
I mean, 3 foot this way, 3 foot this way. You have to duck through it, but.
All right.
So my only concern is I'm gonna be one of the earth elementals.
That's fine. Just do what you can to. You can be one right now. Just try and find a way to situate the earth above us. Not like you don't. If you can't shape it without risking yourself, then don't, and we'll figure something else out.
Hey, Gary.
Yo. Let me pause. What does shape water?
Does shape water do anything with snow?
Of course it does. It's water.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and use shape water to essentially create a dome around us, or over me, right over that shelf of leftover snow, and I can kind of hold it there for an hour.
I mean, it would take force when the rampaging snow hits it. But in theory, you can hold it there.
As long as we can do a thing where we provide a good, like, nice shaped thing that it isn't blasting against.
Yeah,
it's moving along.
That's a solid move. This is a solid move.
That's
what I'm going to do is, where we're hanging out, I'm going to create more of a ramp for the snow.
Yes, that would be my request.
And if it busts through it, it busts through it. But it's going to go over us. It's not gonna fall into us. It's going to go right over us.
If I use any fire to make it into water, will that be easier for you, or is it okay?
At that moment,
doesn't matter.
The snow suddenly comes rampaging over the edge.
I'm doing my elemental manifest.
Your elemental did not manifest in time. This was about 45 seconds or so. So you got close. But
my spell doesn't have a time to cast. It's instant.
Yes, no, I'm working on it. Give me a second here. The shape water ramp of snow and water that you give it, just enough to kind of glide it off the path. It takes a lot of energy to kind of hold up this mountain of snow, simply because there is just a ton of snow coming over you. But you are able to guide it over the edge as this gigantic, block
I imagine
of snow, essentially.
Yeah, like I imagine I'm kind of forming the snow as it's flowing over us.
Exactly.
And almost in a sense creating like a barrier that it is kind of just doing this, like whack, and whipping off of our path.
You're basically creating a waterfall of snow that just happens to leap over your path.
Exactly.
The rest of you hide, especially into the portable hole. There's some coins in there that you have to kind of step over, and makes for a bit of a slip and slide. But you're all able to duck down into it and kind of huddle up together. It's a little tight, but you are all there and kind of off the path.
For the record, that doesn't include me, right?
No, you stay out there.
I have to be out there to do this. Okay.
Yep.
I stayed out there to make sure he didn't fall.
Yeah, if you stepped into a different dimension, you would lose the.
That's what I thought.
But, after about 30 seconds of this rampaging snow coming out overhead, it kind of peters out to a couple snow boulders that, you're able to sort of shunt off the way. And you've all survived the avalanche.
Yay, we survived.
All right, realistically, how drained is Marleman?
You're tired. You're certainly tired. This took a lot of,
in terms of, we've been on the road for how many hours now? How many hours have I lost? How many hours have I lost now?
It's like a level of exhaustion kind of thing.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out how tired I am, yeah.
You're not quite at a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
But anything more strenuous beyond just, walking for a while might put you over the edge.
Hey, guys, anybody got, a juice box or something? That really took a lot out of me.
I probably have something.
Petunia kind of walks out and throws her arms around your neck and just sort of goes, "That was really cool. Thank you for not letting us die."
I kind of give him a thumbs up, be like,
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Kind of lean over to Phaedra and say, next time you want to be like the wingman for that guy, don't do it in the way that almost kills all of us.
I didn't know there'd be an avalanche. I'm sorry.
Petunia, do you happen to have anything to just get rid of this headache I've got right now?
Maybe. Hang on. And she sort of digs into her satchel and pulls out this blue flask that seems kind of long. She sort of hands it to you and goes, "This might actually help some. I call it Spirit."
Huh. Is that anything like skooma? I take a drink.
It's the spirit of both of these.
I take it and I go.
It's got a bit of a lemony flavor with a bit of a fizz to it.
Okay.
And it's quite refreshing, actually. To the point that you feel awake, energized, and like you have a bit of a boost to you.
Alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic?
You have advantage on initiative checks for the next 24 hours.
Hey!
Huh?
Petunia,
It is Sprite.
Petunia, this is really good. What do you call this?
I call it Spirit. I told you that already.
This is really good. Is this your own creation?
Yeah.
What's it made from?
Well, I use.
I don't need everything. I'm just curious as what the main ingredient is.
Mushrooms.
Like a special mushroom?
I mean, they're special enough to help me make the spirit.
That's really cool. Could you show me how to do this sometime? Because
sure, I can show you my entire alchemy set. She sort of lifts up her satchel, at which point you see in that it is not just a satchel, it is a bag of holding.
Fuck yes.
Exceptionally deep, and you see built into the side of this contraption. It almost looks like a wooden box that has a lever on one side, 3 silos in the top, and what look like 3 vials shoved into the sides. She sort of points at it and goes, this is my active mixer. I load what I need into each of the 3 hoppers. I kind of pull the lever, and then whatever comes out fills the vials, and then we go.
This is incredible.
Thank you.
See, a lot of this stuff happens in my mind, and I don't know how it happens. It just does. And when I get to see stuff that works, it's kind of interesting.
Oh, it definitely works. I made some interesting stuff. I made the spirit this morning because I got a little rundown on the road. Most of the stuff that comes out of here only lasts 24 hours. It's a real problem that I'm still trying to figure out. I need something that will help it sustain. Something like some sort of a powder or something that would keep it last for a long time. But until that, all my stuff just sort of lasts for 24 hours. But it's a fun 24 hours, at least for most of it. Some of it just kind of explodes.
Did you happen to drink some of it? Because I'm feeling the same vibe that you're feeling.
I'm sorry, some of it kind of what?
Yeah, wait. What'd you say?
Oh, some of the things the problem with the active hopper is that some of the things you put into it, you can never really know what it's going to do. You may know what one thing does, you may know what another thing does, but once you add that third thing, you never really know what it's going to do. So once you plug it in, you pull the lever, you don't really know what's going to come out unless you kind of know the ingredients. If you know the recipe, then you know what's going to come out, of course. That's kind of how alchemy works.
Okay.
Patoonie. Yeah.
I got you, girl. It's okay.
Right. So, if I'm guessing and I add something I don't really know or something that I find, there is a likelihood that it will explode.
It sounds an awful lot like how I cast spells. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I have scienced your spell casting.
I don't know if that's
good. Make it. No, it's not a good thing. I mean, it's an excellent thing if you could figure out how the hell my shit works.
I would love to one day, maybe.
Okay. Maybe we can work on that. You teach me a little bit of what you got going on, and I'll teach you a little bit of what I got going on. I'll teach you a number of best spell in the world. Do you know how to cast spells at all, Petunia?
I mean, I know how to use magic, sure.
Can you cast prestidigitation?
She sort of makes a Ferris wheel in one hand.
That's my girl!
Sorry, that's your what?
That wasn't Marleman, that was Morgan.
Okay.
They say
I would like to imagine the rest of us are all awkwardly standing to the side as this conversation is taking place.
Yeah, Nix, I would love to know what you're doing through all of this.
Well, they're just talking about doing dumb magic stuff.
Yep.
I mean...
Two nerds pushing their glasses up to their forehead.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I like to imagine this conversation is continuing, but go ahead.
Yes. Oh, yes, of course. Are the rest of you just sort of heading up the mountain now that
pretty much.
lunch is gone?
Yeah.
Okay. You sort of leave the 2 nerds to gossip at each other for a little bit until they realize that, oh boy.
Catch up to them, huh?
Yeah, and then kind of shuffle up after.
Hustle our way up there and burn some of that extra energy.
Yeah. You make your way around the loop in the path and up. At this point, you can see the rock face that was above this path that is now completely scraped clean of all snow. What was once a nice and dense snowfall on a rock face is now just bare gray stone. It has been scorched clean for, a couple thousand
some
feet.
reason.
Yes.
I love it.
I look over at Phaedra and I say, I'd applaud you, but I'm worried what might happen.
Jesus.
Knowing you, that's actually kind of funny because we might get an avalanche, or you could turn blue again.
At least I've never caused an avalanche.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't need to make that yet qualifier if I've never done it. So no.
But what if you did?
I would know.
All right, guys.
As you make your way up and along the base of the path, you see certain piles of snow that were left to the side of the avalanche that weren't quite a part of the rolling stampede of snow, but instead were kind of cast to the side. In one of them, you actually see what looks like a hand is just sort of stuck out of it in a weird angle. The wrist sort of turned 50 degrees up and sideways, and the arm itself just seems to be sort of pointing in directions it shouldn't.
Well, that's not good.
Oh,
I don't like that.
Are arms supposed to do that?
No.
Merlin, come on.
I mean, when I'm through with them, they do.
Die, not now.
God.
Not the time or place.
Yikes.
I look over at Sai and I say, "Hey, that's a good joke, man."
Thanks, dude. I tried.
Oh, he was joking.
It's really just for you, but
I lean in and I give him a whisper face and I go, "I'm really only in this for the yucks."
it shows.
Are you leaving the arm in the snow pile?
And
I'm not touching that shit.
Can I get a little closer and see if it looks like not like a trap?
Sure.
Like it's going to explode if I go near it.
It doesn't look like it's going to explode if you go near it. The snow is light and fluffy on the walk up, which you take to mean it has fallen to this area recently. Perhaps as recently as maybe 20 minutes ago.
Can
I use either Mage Hand or Prestidigitation to like clear the snow around it?
I was gonna use my my cantrip fire to just sort of like get out.
Maybe not fire on what is possibly a problem.
Yeah.
Not fire.
What's possibly what?
A body? A hand?
Oh, a body. Sorry, no.
That's kind of rude.
It cut out. I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, yeah.
Or a bomb. I don't know. Maybe it's an explosive device. Maybe
I
have no idea.
the surrounding area.
Yeah, the mage hand is sort of dusts away over where the corpse would be. You kind of melt some of the snow around it to kind of create places for it to fall. Mm-hmm. And you quickly uncover the rest of the shoulder area of this body. You can now see the arm itself had become shredded and bloody, but was cold enough that it didn't like thoroughly bleed a bunch. It just sort of got all mangled up and torn. You can sort of tell just... Yeah, just sort of... Jesus. You could tell just by the state...
Wait. Mangled up and blue.
Yep. You can tell by the state of the body it didn't get hit by this sudden fall of snow. It got dragged by probably the avalanche and then ejected out a side.
Oh.
It is torn and raggedy and destroyed, but is still wearing a burlap black robe with a kind of crappy build. The face is still partially obscured by a torn and tattered hood, but a lot of it is exposed. You can see now a humanoid face with long ginger hair. You can see one half of, let's say, this area of the face. The Phantom of the Opera style of their face has just been completely torn and shredded off the body by repeated impacts into the stone surface. And you can see the other side also bruised and mangled, but a little bit more intact. You can see one eye, a crystalline blue, that is just staring off into nothing now in death.
Oh, boy.
And, oh, yes, no, he's dead. He's very dead. I'm not sure if I made that clear before.
No, you made it absolutely clear, but the level of gruesomeness to this is...
How dead is always a question with us.
I'm feeling very bad about this avalanche.
Has it been more than a minute?
Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait, didn't you say that it likely wasn't caused by the avalanche's injuries.
Yeah, was it?
It didn't get hit by the avalanche, as in he got dragged by the avalanche and gashed against the stone surface repeatedly, as well as a wall of.
Good. Oh,
this was our monkey. This was our gorilla. This was Gorilla Man.
No.
Yes, it was.
He's the guardian of the mountain. You think he'd be able to avoid an avalanche?
Also, it's a dude.
But
it's not.
Things have been corrupted before, right?
But he is
talking about.
So anyway, he is wearing the same robes as Slate and his crew down below. And the most important thing that I couldn't quite get to, so yes, blue eyes staring off into nothing, very dead, is the line from the edge of their forehead down to the edge of their jaw of shimmering red scale. That seems to almost be like a blight that has taken half their face. That's about it. The arm that was kind of sticking out of the snow is the only one left. The other one seems to have been torn off in some capacity. But the rest of the body, intact. One leg kind of turned around in a weird way, but intact.
Good.
He didn't die. He didn't die happy. He may have died quickly, but he didn't die happy.
He at least died. He at least went down. He didn't suffer long. It was just really shitty for a little while.
Yeah.
Extremely.
For that brief instant, it was, I would argue, crushing.
It's been more than a minute since the avalanche, correct?
Oh, yes.
You remember when she killed a donkey?
This is worse.
Yeah, we've set a new bar.
Any chance that Slate and his crew were totally wiped out by this also?
I don't know if we have a chance to go find out, but I bet. Which is a real bummer if you think about it.
You seem like a nice guy.
I feel bad, Heather.
No.
Purely because, hang on. Purely because you're the one. You always seem to get the worst blunt, like the brunt of all of the nonsense. However, it's all because of choices you make. So
Like
I
John
can't
Vignacchi.
feel that bad.
God fucking Vignacchi.
I wasn't trying to summon a thunderstorm. I was just trying to wake them up. That's all I was trying to do.
Nod
Whistle.
sagely. We rarely do what we expect we will.
A whistle can start an avalanche. It's worth noting.
Okay.
A fart.
I did not know that.
Especially if it's Vampiro.
Yes, if it's a vampire fart to a microphone, it's really going to start something.
Something's about to happen.
Anyway.
Wow.
So yes, this gentleman is very dead, but he has some sort of red scale blight to the side of his head. If you'd like to inspect the rest of him, that is up to you.
Is there like a medicine that we have available? I don't mean like a check that we could do to potentially identify.
Hold on, Gary. I got this for you. Gary. He's dead.
I mean that we identify blight is what I'm getting at.
Ah, okay. All right.
One of you is well acquainted with blight, so...
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to look at it.
All right, roll a medicine check.
Can I also just sort of
Christ on a cross.
Does this dude trigger my spidey senses?
No, because he's dead.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but even this
dead Unseelie would not really set you off, as he is dead.
Hey!
Okay, I didn't know if that was something that lingered.
Oh, no.
I've never really checked the corpse with it.
Yeah. You've never really defining...
19 plus 3.
There you go. So 22. This is not necromantic blight at all. Necromantic blight tends to
sound like it, yeah.
Tends to kind of dissolve and eat away. This is more of a plague sort of looking item. As you kind of poke and lift at some of the scales, you notice that it's not just skin deep either. There's layers and layers to this scaling, almost as if whatever has happened to them is slowly starting to take them over and replace their very skin with this scale.
Like an ogre in Onions.
Yeah, nailed it.
Layers, man.
At this point, I'm aiming to just give Gary that face.
It's all ogre now. He filled my butt with his sweet onion love.
Okay, so listen, what?
This took a turn.
All right, so this is a like very like whole body-esque.
I mean, you can only see the head right now if you.
Yeah, but by that I mean it's not just skin deep. Like it's
no, it is yes. Something is making this thing some reptilian of some kind.
Oh, cool! So this is turning them into lizard people.
So
fantastic.
Wait, what color is it? It's red?
It is red.
Hey, Nix.
Yes.
What color was our lizardman?
I don't think I was given a specific color in my but I could tell that they had like markings. Like they didn't have like smooth human skin.
So they weren't but you weren't 100% sure that they were lizard people, were you?
I mean, I was pretty certain they were lizard people.
Is there a possibility that it was a half lizard person?
Having smooth skin and the talking like a lizard and the dragging tail.
Yeah.
Those all sound like lizardmen.
The thing is, though, Bahamut's the good dragon god?
I'm not a scale racist. I'm just...
It's just a little weird to me. That's.
Well, I mean,
no, I know they can do some weird things, but again, I'm not super familiar. But a little weird.
It's worth noting. It's worth noting this scaling is not metallic in any sort of way. It is very not metallic.
Yeah, it's metallic. Dragons are generally good. That's who Bahamut's the god of metallic dragons, I think. Right? Yeah.
Does Phaedra know any of this?
My understanding, this is
just
red.
Out of curiosity.
I thought that's if Bahamut's like a well-known god, he's the good dragon.
The balance between metallic dragons and chromatic dragons, the balance between Bahamut and Tiamat is sort of like one of those kind of accepted. Most people kind of know that one, especially if they're kind of acquainted with religion overall. So,
yeah,
that's why I was trying. That's why I was like, oh right, I wonder. I figured that was. They did mention it. We said we recognized it, so.
Just because it's like whoever like they are supposed to be worshiping, there could be other things going on.
No, yeah, it's still weird.
Do I look like a Christian to you?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? I mean, I guess
for the benefit of the party, Phaedra, because you are someone with religious background who would know these things, would you like to explain to everyone else the balance between these things?
Okay. Story time. So Bahamut is constantly at war with another god, Tiamat, and then Tiamat represents chromatic dragons, so it's like red and blue and black, whereas Bahamut represents the good dragons, which are the metallic ones, so like silver and brass. So it's a little weird that if these guys were worshipping Bahamut, that they have coloring similar to of the dragons that worship Tiamat, not Bahamut. That's just a little weird.
Got you. That is kind of...
The way that it was described to me by whoever the hell was examining it, it sounds like it is like a metamorphosis of some kind that is taking place. Yep. Like it looks like a person turning into another thing. So corrupting influences doesn't seem like it's exactly out of the realm of possibility here.
Does this look like something that could possibly like those packed beasts that we fought underwater?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Wait,
look at the big brain on Sai.
Wait, hold on. What did you say?
So you remember when we were going down to the Beholder, we fought those enemies who were like, they made a pact with a greater power, and kind of like a warlock, they got power for it. This time they transformed into like monstrosities. This looks like the same thing, only they're becoming more dragon-like.
Okay.
So they're becoming more Chromatic dragon.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if they're all this color, or
yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they were here or brought here by the means of a metal dragon's.
Also, not
presence.
all chromatic dragons are evil. Not all metallic dragons are good.
That's very.
That's just
it's
a general statement.
The majority, but not all.
Yeah.
Hashtag not all chromatic dragons.
Hashtag not all chromatic dragons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step in as like a bit of DM knowledge on that one. That's like a 98 to a 98. The amount of positive, not chaotic, evil chromatic dragons, or at the very least lawful evil chromatic dragons, is less than probably all of us currently sitting at our computer desks.
It definitely depends on your source material.
I mean, fair.
And it's
Faerun has a ton of good ones. I don't know about anywhere else.
And Dragonborn are not the same in that sense, because they're like, if you run into a metallic colored Dragonborn, they may not be necessarily good people.
They're also exceptionally rare.
Yeah.
Boost Road, duh.
Just saying.
Wow.
Well, like a Dragonborn don't fall to the same specs as
yeah. But these also aren't Dragonborn.
They're no, they're not Dragonborn. No.
Dragon Maid?
Nice.
Dragon Maid.
Miss Kobayashi.
There you go.
But yeah, so that's odd.
For sure.
Okay.
I cast Dispel Magic on the scales.
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't think that would have. If it's a curse or I don't think it's simple to spell magic.
But here's the thing: that means the effect lasts longer than the expiration of the body, which means there's still some sort of connection to the individual, the creature, or it doesn't require a connection to the creature.
Goodbye, Pearl.
Can I look for their religious symbol, like if they are worshiping Bahamut's?
Roll an investigation check.
You know, I'm definitely thinking that they're going the other way with
20.
this.
Nice job. They, on the inside of their robe,
they
have a symbol
of a penis.
Looks like this. Putting it in the tavern chat.
All right. Let's take a look. Okay, cool. It's a bunch of raptor claws with colors.
Shit.
That's Tiamat.
Yep.
Okay, that's the bad dragon. So that would explain the red coloring then. Okay, yeah.
I don't know shit, and I knew all this. Look at me.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I sensing any magic from the symbol?
Nope.
You want to dispel magic on this thing?
I can't dispel magic, but I can detect it all you want.
Detect it. Yeah, sorry.
Detect magic on that.
None. It is just a holy symbol.
Okay.
Holy symbol.
So how bad are these folks? Like, should we?
Well, these specifically are dead, I think, so I don't think it matters.
How bad is Tiamat?
Pretty bad. I feel less bad about him being dead, if it helps.
That's gonna be a big yikes for me.
I still feel a little bad, but not like all bad.
Again, we should all vaguely know who she is.
Tiamat. I mean, there are legends of the three-headed dragon queen for certain. Simply because they are a god, much like most pantheon gods. They're not pleasant. They're known as the arbiter of all chaos, and basically the equivalent of Ragnarok in some cultures.
Cool.
Yeah.
Aha, finally. Here is the symbol for Bahamut for comparison.
Let me guess, it's a bunch of metal.
No.
Kinda.
Kind of looks like a gear, so I'm going to go ahead and take that as a win.
Okay.
Crushing it.
It doesn't.
Oh,
I guess.
11-1.
I guess they've updated it. I'm remembering it from 3rd edition, so it looks a little different.
Well, the 3rd edition one just looks like a dragon head.
Yeah, that's why I was so confused.
When would you have?
I played 3rd edition in high school. That's the word.
Anyway.
That's what I remember seeing.
Anyway, so yes, you're all familiar with the concept of Tiamat. Not great news. Followers of Tiamat, usually also not great news.
Okay.
Go back and deal with these folks.
So,
If they're this close to the sanctuary, probably not for good
We
things.
should head back to the sanctuary.
well, we don't know if all of them were lying. I kind of wasn't able to tell if all of them were telling the truth or not.
Do you want to take that chance?
No, but I'm just saying, like, they may not have all been.
I'm sorry, Phaedra, I want you to know that we have eyewitness evidence of at least the individual person that we spoke to and the person that was dead, that they are scaly people. And they're red.
Well, no, we know this one's red. We don't know what the other color is on the other group.
You know what? You're right. That's fair. I'm going to go ahead and play it safe here because I'd rather not fuck things up.
No, I'm just saying, like, they may not all be evil. Probably, but not necessarily.
I think we need to head to the monastery first and inform them of this. So, like, if we can get there faster than they can, we can at least prepare for some
That's
sort of
fair.
arrival.
Okay.
Instead of us going headlong into them or headstrong and just straight on in with us people here, not including Petunia, because I wouldn't want her in the fight. But
No, we should get to the monastery.
yeah.
Yes.
So that's kind of, I think, where you're going, right, Petunia?
Yeah, I mean, I guess now I'm definitely not going to go back down when they're either Amy be covered in snow or be covered in dragon people. Well, no,
Yeah.
dragon people are nice. People who are worshiping a bad dragon, that's way less racist.
Yeah, I agree. That's a real lot less Trump America.
Popping bottles, popping bullets, Trump's America. Anyway,
Shit.
Guilds of Gear commentary is a bad thing.
No, it is not. You fucking
Anyway, you all continue
Bring us
up.
home,
Are
man.
you bringing the body with you?
No,
Seems like we should.
I'm not.
I was gonna.
I'm not touching it.
You want me to set it on fire?
Well,
No,
we
I'm
have-
listen.
Man,
All I was saying was that I'm not touching it.
that's fine. Should we have the monks look at it? Would they know anything about this?
Can put him in the portable hole.
That's not how that works.
That's
That
not
is exactly how
Exactly
that
how
works.
that works.
Could
Wait,
work,
It,
but
it exists as its own dimension?
Yeah, it's like a bag of holding, essentially.
Oh, I assumed it was much like the hole in Adventure Zone where it is there and then it's not.
No, like
No,
it's
that's
literally
not-
like it shrinks down to the size of a quarter.
Okay.
You can throw
Okay.
it at something and it grows. It is literally a pocket dimension.
My misunderstanding.
I feel like unless there's some risk of someone coming to this body and raising it from the dead, we can probably just describe what we've seen or draw a picture or
Okay.
I can take the holy symbol for.
yeah, I don't know if I really want to bring like unnecessary corpses to like rebuilding. I don't really see the point.
That's fair.
Me too.
I will take the holy symbol then, so at least we have some proof.
Okay.
Is there
Well,
any risk of Slate coming up here and using this body to do harm to us?
If you're asking, should we dispose of the corpse?
Yeah,
The answer is yes.
yeah, okay.
Should I set
That's
it?
what I think.
Should we toss him off the cliff or like
Burn it.
just burn
Burn
it?
it.
Burn
Okay.
it. This
I'm
is
a ra-
all you, bro.
All right. I'll use Sacred Flame and just.
Okay.
That's right.
You begin to burn the body using Sacred Flame. You set it aflame.
Okay.
Goes up, no problem.
Oh yeah, it goes up like fucking dry kindling.
That's a little.
Does the blight go away at all with
No.
the Sacred Flame?
No.
Okay. Just curious.
Think it would.
No, but I was curious because it's holy fire, so I just wanted to see if it did anything.
Yeah.
Seem to in this circumstance. After lighting the body up and beginning to torch your crime, bury your shame. Well, in this case, you accidentally killed a bad guy.
I inadvertently didn't fuck up as bad as I thought I would.
If we were still going by experience, would she get that?
Depends what game we're playing here. If we're is that a failure? Yes. If it's not, then no.
Now that we have moved to milestone.
Yep, I know.
No. However, if we were still playing with raw XP value, Probably.
I mean, if she were still playing with raw XP value, she would have gotten like 13 tenths or like of a fucking experience point for killing the fucking donkey too. But that's not the part anybody remembers.
I believe she did get experience for that, by the way.
I think she did get experience for killing the donkey.
I'm pretty sure she did.
All right, we're gonna wrap it there for this week.
Excellent.
And then pick this up next week, where I will be DMing from either a hotel or a living room. We will see. And we'll see you all next week.
This room is ready, if it needs to be.
I don't like that that became brighter at that. That's more accurate.